Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through some top news items. Iran US talks breakdown with 20 plus hours where JD Vance met in Pakistan to try to end the war. But some of the main sticking points didn't get met. The Strait of Hormuz is now getting talked about on Truth Social that it will get closed down. You can see here Iran is unwilling to give up its nuclear weapons. I think that was the main sticking point, and then opening up the Strait of Hormuz. So Donald Trump is suggesting that he's going to close down the strait because it's world extortion, and I have to kind of laugh at some of this stuff here as well. He's saying it's totally illegal. Well, it's not illegal in Iran, obviously, but because they can make their own rules. So India. Here's another story just talking about the palm oil in India, and the price has gone up substantially. So they expect the imports of palm oil to have decreased because palm oil was the one that was leading the charge, as I've been talking about for quite some time. Even the imports of soy oil has dropped as well, and it's no wonder. But if the world is going to go to this energy security that I've been talking about, which it looks like that's what they're doing, and you got to remember who are the low price buyers. It's the most populous countries on the planet, India and China. They're very sensitive to making sure that they have food and energy security. So you can just see here the soy oil imports, and the only thing that kind of rose is the sunflower oil, and it didn't increase in price. Brazilians harvest right on pace, maybe slightly ahead, or now caught up anyway. They're getting caught up. Commitment traders, I don't show this very often, but the soybean oil is the one I want to highlight here. It's record long and continue to be record long. Every week it seems to be making new records here. I highlighted this because it definitely appears that there's boats on their way to Thunder Bay. So maybe by the end of this week we'll see some shipments, but we'll have to see if there's going to be any vessels that are going to pick up that's not going to unload at the Sorrel or Bay Como, because it looks like the two vessels that I've got on the tracker here are self-discharging ones. So they go through the lock system and then they unload at the Sorrel or Bay Como. Quick look at the weather. You can see the weather system moving through southern Ontario here soon. Small little systems across the west. Looking at snowfall for the next basically 10 days. And you can see that there's some more snow coming for the north, but there is some short snow elsewhere as well. This is total precipitation for the next 10 days as well, and it's showing a void here. And the reason I want to show the void is because here's the accumulated moisture, and all of this is just leading to having to talk about this again. The area that's grows a significant amount of winter wheat, and you can see the groupings of areas that don't even have any. Like here, you got 100%. You got 100% in Colorado, and winter wheat is going to take some cues from this eventually. It did, and then it fell apart with the news that there's lots of wheat left over in the country. But it's it's just not looking great. Anybody that's been down there, and the other side of that is more and more cattle are getting sent out into some of these areas to graze as well. Might as well get paid for plants that are not going to produce, I guess. Canola is up $6.10 with the Strait of Hormuz news at 7.10. November canola at 7.23, up 5.40. Soybean oil trading at 67.90, 67.9 cents, up 0.81 cents. Palm oil is up 13 ringgit. Crude oil is up $7.32 at 103.89, above the $100 mark again. Soybeans at 11.74, down penny and a half. Spring wheat is up 8.25 cents at 6.19, and your hard red winter is up 12.5 with the news of the weather there. And corn is trading up 3.25, and the Canadian dollar is just slightly down. So you can see here that we're up against the medium term moving averages, and your short term moving averages are above here, suggesting that there could still be some more downside. But with the news of the blockade, I think it's going to keep this market somewhat supported here for sure, and it has for sure. Still upward momentum, but trading below that trend line and some of the short-term moving averages. European rapeseed, the same thing. European rapeseed is $80, or let's just call it $81, and it's probably going to cost all of that for freight to get there, if not more. It's probably close to $100. So this is what I was talking about. Palm oil has been leading the charge, so, and then soybean oil right behind it, and then you've got your canola that was above the European rapeseed and gain since March 1st kind of thing, but now soybean or European rapeseed is actually advanced over and above, and soybeans basically doing nothing. Here's your soybean oil futures, still supported, but trading below that trend line, and caught in between a couple of the short-term moving averages, 10 and 20. Soybean just still respecting this trend line or support line. It's just chopping sideways, so we'll have to see how it closes today. Your palm oil still looks like it's got some upward support, but we'll have to see how it plays out. And this is just comparing your West Texas and diesel fuel. So diesel fuel is up 68% since the beginning of the war, and your West Texas is up 57, let's call it, and your soybean oil is only up 14, and canola is up 2.5, and your soybeans are only up less than 2%. So you can see this kind of support that you're trading in, that for both the crude and the diesel fuel. Here's your gasoline futures. It's kind of leveled off just like the other two, but it's still trading at higher levels. We pulled back a little wee bit off of some of those medium-term and short-term moving averages on the Canadian dollar. Here's the US dollar index, and it's suggested that it fell apart, but still trading in this 98 index range. Here's your Minneapolis wheat. Looks like it's potentially going to have a little bit of support here and some short-term moving averages, see if it can hold up above them. The Kansas wheat, same story, but I think this is the one that's going to maybe pull the Minneapolis wheat out. Chicago, and your milling wheat, the same thing. Here's your corn. Still looks like momentum going down here, even though you might have a positive on the chart here today. Here's your live cattle, and it's making an all-time high here on Friday on the front month. And it's not doing that on the feeder cattle, but even though it's at really good values, it's just still not beating what we made in last fall. Still think it's going to be supported for another month or so, but these high oil prices might have some impact on some of this red meat as well. And that's all I have for you.